Hey guys, it's me again, Eddie. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the fluid in the transfer case. So I bought this pump here from Walmart for $6.44. So I'm gonna modify that before we drain the transfer case oil. Not oil, I'm sorry, lubricant. I'm sure you guys will catch that. So I get a discount and I paid $22 for each one. So I think retail was $39 or $31. I'm not too sure, but I get a discount there because I know somebody who works there, so I get stuff from there with, like, depends, anywhere from 30 to 15% off depending on what it is. So I'm a little blessed that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys over to the bench, and I'm going to open up this sprayer and modify it just for this purpose. Well, I could use it to put oil in the car. I could use it to put transfer case fluid, gear oil, anything. So this spray is typically going to be just for that. So it's going to be for gear oil and transfer case fluid. So what I'm going to do right now is modify the sprayer, like I said, and that's it. So let's go do it. So let's open it up, see what we gotta do and put together. Oops, dropped my phone. All right, let me take a seat over here and see what we got going on. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's it. Make sure there's nothing in there. Now, I'm going to try to set this up a little bit so I could work and you guys could watch. I definitely have to get one of those pods, suction cup things that you guys use. So it's got a pretty good, this is the dip tube that goes inside the sprayer bottle. And it seems like it has a very good seal here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So let's put it in. Now, right here is where it seals, and I don't know if you guys can see, it's got a nice seal there. We'll just go over really quick how this works. I've seen some other guys do their transfer case fluid swaps, and I didn't like what they were doing. And I also know that there is a company out there charging people some bucks for exactly what this does. So, also, I think personally this is going to do it better, and I'll show you guys why. Hold on. This is being a little difficult, so I just gotta. I just have to kind of push it in hard and then tighten it down. So I don't want to over tighten this, but I want to tighten it enough. I don't like that. Looks cockeyed. Looks like it was going on straight. And then down here, it got a little sloppy. Oh, that looks better. I don't want to tighten it with a pair of pliers or something. I don't think it's gonna need it, but that looks really good there. Nice and straight. Nice and solid. Feels good. So let's just go over kind of how the sprayer works. So there's a rubber plunger in here. Okay. You usually service this with a little Vaseline. So that's the service part of the sprayer. So you want to just make sure that's tight before you put any fluid in there. Make sure it's nice and tight on there. Make sure it, you got some, say it's pushing the air out and then creating a vacuum on the way up. So, if you see these little notches here, I'm sorry guys, I'm not really too good with the camera yet. So this goes down inside there, and then when you turn this, it kind of locks it down, but also it allows you to tighten the actual whole tube inside the container, okay? Like so. And then when you're ready, pull it up. And then when you want to loosen it, same thing, you push it down, turn, and loosen it, okay? So I've seen guys misusing these on some of the videos, and being that I've used these for many years, when my professional sprayers like this, I ran out of air and there's no compressor nearby, and I was in a pinch, so I had to buy one of these quick and use it to finish a commercial window tint job. So let's see, let me just make sure, is there a seal on here? Yeah, okay. Just make sure there's a rubber seal on here, because that's a really important seal, okay? So you're going to make sure this is down, it's tightened, it's not going in cockeyed, and you're going to give it a little snug, nothing crazy, okay? And then you're going to pump it up. Okay, now of course there's nothing in here, but we're going to take this, okay, and then you go like this, and it's going to let that air out. Now if there's any fluid in there, the fluid's going to come out, okay? Now I've seen some of these selling as like, oil transmission, tanks or something like that, and what they do is they put a plastic piece on here to pinch the hose to stop it from running out. Well, I like this a lot better. Why not use this? There's nothing wrong with this. Easy, right? So this is the wand that comes with it, okay? So just going to make sure there's no Oh, I thought that was something. It's my boo-boo. Make sure it's, there's no debris, everything's good. I'm going to put this in there. There's a rubber seal there. I'm going to tighten it down nice and snug. Now, normally, you would have this long wand, okay? And, you would spray it. You could adjust right here the water flow or chemical flow, wide, a straight, whatever angle. So we don't need this. Also, this hole here is too small, okay, for what we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right about here, okay? And the reason why I'm going to do that is because you never know how long you might need this for another job, a different car, something like that. So when you put the fluid in, all you do is you stick it in the top hole, you hit this, you wait until it's full, like you're doing your transmission, your transfer case, gear oil, the front gearbox is difficult to get to, so this would come in really handy. The rear is very simple. You wouldn't really need this for that. And that's really it. So let me get to it. What I'm going to do is, actually, you know what? I'm going to go see if I can find my wire cutters really quick. Give it a nice clean cut. Okay, sorry for the delay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this again. I'm going to go down here because we're never going to use this for any chemicals in here, just for the car. And then we're going to cut it. Okay. And that's it. Now you have a nice big hole here. That's going to give it a lot of flow. And whatever gear oil, transmission fluid, whatever you need is going to flow right out of that nice and easy. Okay? And that's it. And of course, if it, was something short, you could just take this off and get a little bit of a better flow with less restriction. So let's fill it up and see what happens. Oh, let me just show you guys one more thing, because a lot of guys toy with this. So I'll let you know what this is. Okay? So, when you're done using the sprayer, okay, see, now nothing's happening. Okay, air's coming out, now air is filling up, okay? So when you're done using this tool, when you have any type of liquid in there, what you do is to relieve the pressure, you just twist it. And that lets all the pressure out. So you don't have to worry about maybe a hose breaking for storage or whatnot. And then you just twist it again. And then you're ready to rock and roll. Okay? And that's it. Also, if you're taking this off, if you have fluid in there, you always want to, relieve that pressure first. Sometimes it can make a mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check everything, make sure there's no debris. Everything's nice and clean. My seals are there. I'm going to check inside here. I'm going to bang it out, make sure there's nothing in there from manufacturing. Okay. Now I'm going to go get my transfer case fluid and we're going to fill this up. Yeah, this is for, it says right here, this is for the 4445 Bog Warner, the 4446, 4447, 44, and then the pre-2016 4444. I don't know if you guys can see that. So, and that's the part number. So I know a lot of guys say you could use Mercon 4 transmission fluid, but you know what? I get a discount. Yeah, it's not $6, but this is the stuff that's supposed to be in there, and that's what we're going to use. I don't drive my truck very hard. I don't tow a lot. I don't use four-wheel drive a lot. I know that doesn't matter as far as using the four-wheel drive a lot, but I don't do long hauls only twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year, back and forth from New York to Florida. And to make sure the truck's maintained. I always change the oil every 4,000 to 5,000 miles, and I figured those long trips back and forth straight through from Florida to New York, I might as well. I just changed the gear oil, front and back, and I'm doing this. The truck has fairly low miles on it, but it's around that time. They say 60,000 miles. You're supposed to service the tranny by doing a fluid exchange and do the transfer case. Now I'm going to pump this a little bit, make sure there's no leaks. Now, what I see a lot of guys doing some other videos is they pump this as they got their hose inside the transfer case. Well, there's no need to if you have this. So why delete this and use one of those stupid clicky plastic clips that's just going to make a mess everywhere? You don't want to really over pump this because you don't really want this shooting in there like crazy, but you give it like like I did, give it like 5 to 10 pumps so you have some pressure in there and the fluid will come out. All right, I'm gonna put you guys on pause for a minute and set this up under the truck and we'll get to it. All right, so I hope you guys got a good view from there. Let me get to it now. Oops. Alright, so I got my sprayer all set up. Got my open oil pan. I got my 1/2-inch ratchet. And that's what size these are. I just click in. Nothing on there, just the actual extension. Okay. And that's it. So I'm going to open up the top one first, and then I'm going to open up the bottom and drain it. These aren't magnetic, so you're not going to see any flakes or anything on there. But let me go get a towel so I can clean that up. I keep forgetting my towel. You should always remember your towel under the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, because these are pipe threads. I'm going to put a little bit of Teflon tape around it. It's almost like a It almost looks like a little bit of a cork around there. It doesn't really look like old used Teflon tape. Now what I do is, I do one and done. One full wrap. And that's it. See that? I didn't hang over the inside. Because if you're not careful, this is aluminum, you could crack it. And don't over tighten this. That's it. Nice and easy. Do this one. And get it ready for when we fill it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up these threads here. One and done. Just like that. Alright. Now, I'm going to get my ratchet in place. Then we're going to try out our pump. Now I'm looking at the bottle. The bottle's emptying. That's it, very easy. I'm just holding it down and it's going. I probably could have pumped it another 5-10 times and we would have been done already. From the original pump up. That's okay, because at least it's not blasting in there, making a mess, shooting back out at us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop. Give it a couple pumps. Lock it down. I guess because the fluid's thick, I could have pumped it a lot more and filled this whole thing, compacted a lot more with air. But it's going. What'd I do with my rag? No, there it is. Alright, so I got that. I'm going to take this, give it a little bit more. Just so she's topped off. And that's it. Nice and clean. Remember, don't over tighten this. Just hand snug. All you need. And that's it, guys. Hope I wasn't in the way the whole time. And you guys enjoyed the video. I didn't have to pump it a couple more times. I was just trying to speed it up for you guys. If I would have held it there, I had just a little bit more. I'm sure you guys were watching. It would have went. But from the beginning, I guess you could give it a good 20 to 25 pumps. And yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Just if you give it some more pumps, it just goes a little faster. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.